Today, we're going to be ranking every popular streaming service on TV. Now, we have a whole bunch of options. I think we got 14 different streaming services that we're going to rank today. All the ones that not ranking, I have never heard of, I've never used, etc. So we're just not going to rank those. We have a great selection, and the way that we usually do tier lists on my YouTube page is we usually spread it out to be like a bell curve, basically. If you've never seen a bell curve, there's one on the screen right now so you can see. But basically, it just evens out all the selections. That way, we don't have so many in E, too many in A, too many in S. You see what I'm saying? I have to actually be selective and choose which streaming services I actually feel to be the best in today's 2025 going into 2026 world. All right, so let's get into it. The first one we got, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna keep it a straight bug. This is probably the worst streaming service on the list, and we're already gonna go ahead and get rid of the E rank, okay? Back in the day, The Walking Dead, I don't even know if it's on the streaming platform. I don't know. I don't even know what content is even on AMC anymore. I know The Walking Dead used to be. I think Breaking Bad used to at least be on the same channel. I don't see exactly what else they could have on this page. I think Breaking Bad, where is that? Netflix? But either way, AMC has got to be garbage, bro. There's just no possible way that this is actually good. By the way, I have not come up with these rankings prior to this, so there might be a little bit of moving. So if you guys see something that I placed for now, it might get moved later, but especially with the bell curve idea, okay? Anyway, Apple TV, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm about to give an L take, and y'all going to say the whole video is an L take, but this is specifically an L take. You were talking about services here, and I'm talking about everything that is involved with the service. All the shows that they provide, that they bought, all the shows that they currently make on their own, everything that's on the app when you click on it on your TV. Now, I think that there's a lot of decent shows on Apple TV. Like I just recently watched Ted Lasso, phenomenal. I heard Severance, I think. I heard that's pretty good. I've not watched a lot of Apple TV. I think it is a very middle range subscription, but what I will really give it credit for is the fact that there's a lot of good movies that you can rent and buy on here. And although I hate that premise, but dude, there were so many movies like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, bro. That was not on any streaming service that I could find. It is nice that there is a digital hub for you to buy movies if you want to. I know some people, if you're buying movies, some people would rather buy it physically, and that's fine. But I do like that there is at least a hub besides Prime Video that you can do that with. Now, also, I used to buy movies left and right to put it on my iPad, bro, way back in the day. So I had like The Interview on there. I had so many things like movies and TV show wise on my app paying from iTunes stores and gift cards, bro. So me personally, I'm going to go ahead and put Apple TV at B. Bro just said iPad kid in chat. That's crazy. Can we ban this guy? Thank you. I'm not going to act like Apple TV is one of the best, and it's probably going to be the lower end of B. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a lower subscription. It's not great, but I do think it is very, very, very good. It also does piss me off that you don't get the MLS Pass with it. MLS Pass. Good Lord, I cannot speak today. You should be getting the MLS Pass for free if it's on the app subscription itself. Like, you should not have to get a Apple TV subscription to get MLS Pass or whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a very mid subscription. If you put it at B or C, it's interchangeable, but it's gonna be probably bottom of B, I think. Crunchyroll, chat, what do we think we're putting it? All right, after further thinking, I think Crunchyroll's got to be A. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that Crunchyroll is a goated subscription, and here's why. I feel like you can get almost any singular anime on here, bro. Like, in my personal opinion, what's really annoying, and I know some of them like Death Note are on Netflix, at least when I watched it, it was. I don't know what's on there now on Netflix, but anyway, I know that Crunchyroll doesn't have every single anime, but god damn it, it is close, bro. It is one of the cheapest subscriptions we have, and they just said in the chat, $7.99 per month, bro. $7.99 per month for almost every anime possible. And like Disney Plus is kind of in that realm, because if it's Disney, you know it's on probably Disney besides like Spider-Man. But like at the end of the day, bro, like HBO Max, Hulu, Netflix, they all compete for the same shit. Like Netflix had The Office, and I forget who has it now. It might be Paramount. I forget who has that now. But dude, these shows are like fighting for like a home. And at the end of the day, bro, Crunchyroll, although maybe not the service that they're providing gives them a higher ranking, but I think that low-key Crunchyroll is an A tier because it has almost literally every single anime, bro. It is just a home to anime, where every other movie and everything, you have to have 50 million subscriptions. If you just want to watch anime, you could probably get away with just having Crunchyroll, and it's very cheap. And I like it. I'm gonna put it up there. Disney Plus, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I think Disney Plus is a pretty decent subscription. I hate Disney, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Pixar. I understand that it is nowadays the same exact damn thing, but I'm not a big fan of Disney content, okay? I think that Disney's good. I don't mind it. I know it's got Star Wars. I know it's got a lot of good subscriptions on there. I personally think it's better than Apple TV. I do. The content alone, at least. And I like that it's basically like Crunchyroll. If you want Disney content, it's in one place. And I do think they have a lot of good titles. I think there's a lot of good stuff with it. And honestly, I might want to move Disney and Apple TV down a minute after I talk about a few of these subscriptions, but we'll get to that. But anyway, I don't know, man. I think Disney, if I remember correctly, is one of the more expensive subscriptions. You don't get anything off of Disney. Like, at least with Amazon Prime, like, you get other stuff with it. But I don't know, man. I think Disney's content alone, at least, is just kind of mid because I just don't like Disney like that. ESPN next. I don't know where I want to put ESPN. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have an ESPN subscription. I had one back in the day. I was in college and they kind of like bundle. I think it was like ESPN, Hulu, and Spotify maybe was in there. I kind of wish Spotify was on this list low key. I know that this is more TV subscription based, but anyway, I'm not going to act like it's a terrible subscription, but I will say it's probably around C for me. It's not D worthy, but it is pretty low, I think, because you don't actually get a lot with the ESPN subscription. Like you would think you would. Like, oftentimes I went to a Maryland soccer game, University of Maryland game, right? And I think that they always have the highlights of the game streaming on there, but like a lot of times the games that I want to watch are not on ESPN. I probably rather an NFL Plus subscription or NFL Game Day, whatever, NFL Red Zone. Like as a football fan, as a soccer fan, etc., I'd rather just find other subscriptions. Like Peacock, I think, is coming up in that realm. I think Paramount's kind of coming up in the sports world. Netflix is trying to, even though it's not soccer, football. Well, I guess football for Christmas, but you get what I'm saying. I think ESPN is a very, very mid subscription. I think ESPN could probably get moved down to D, but they don't have as many games and things as I would want. And I'm not a big like ESPN show guy. I love ESPN as a whole and the way that they deliver news and stuff. And I think the Pat McAfee show is technically under ESPN and all that. But like at the end of the day, I think ESPN's very, very mid. It'll probably be closer toward the end of C by the time we're done with this, I think. Hulu might be one of the worst subscriptions in my opinion. I hate Hulu so much, bro. I hate it so much. Oh my God. What was the one show that I watched on there that had James Franco? And I know James Franco's canceled. You know, y'all know my opinions on actors and stuff. I just be looking at the actual things that they do, not who they are. I don't really care about that. I almost said 1738. What am I talking about, bro? Oh my God. What was it called, bro? I'm about to put it up on the screen. It was like 11/22/63. Yes, it was 11/22/63. I'm sorry, I don't know my history like that, and I don't remember what president that was about. But yes, I think it was the assassination of like JFK or something. I forget. But either way, yes, you know, that was a goated show. I think Rick and Morty's on Hulu. Like, they have good titles, bro. But Hulu, bro, I have never once in my life wanted to watch a live sports game. That's like one of their biggest things that they offer. And I do not think that they offer anything that I care about. But I think that they were one of the first people to add these tiered subscriptions. Like, why am I paying extra for a subscription if it has ads, bro? And there are often times when I'll search a movie as to where it is it's on Hulu, but it's also elsewhere. Like, you don't need a Hulu subscription, and I probably will never have one. Now, one thing that's goated about Hulu, and it's probably because it sucks in the first place, which is why they're bundling it. But if you are a college student, you can easily get a Hulu, Spotify, and it might have been ESPN or Disney subscription for like $5 total or something like that. Like, it is ridiculous, the bundle that they have. It might be Showtime, Monkey. Well, I don't know, but it is a goated subscription, bro. Like, it is a goated service to have those three bundled. Spotify alone for $5 is well worth it. And I don't know who owns Hulu, who owns Spotify. Like, maybe it's the same owner and they're just bundling all the products that they own. I don't know. But at the end of the day, bro, I think Hulu alone, when paying for it as a normal average subscriber, is a terrible, terrible, terrible service. Way above AMC. Gotta be way above AMC. There's a huge difference between D and E. I'll just say that at least, just so I'm not getting too much hate here. But I think it is a terrible, 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 terrible subscription, bro. HBO Max. Can I be honest with y'all? HBO Max. I actually really, really, really love HBO Max. If I'm going to be honest with you, HBO Max is a high B. I hate that HBO and Disney and Apple TV are in the same thing because I really rate HBO Max very highly. Now, HBO Max doesn't have a lot, and I don't think they have originals. Like, I don't remember if Wednesday, I think, is on HBO, and I don't think that that was a original. But there are a lot of things on HBO that are just fire titles, bro. Like, HBO doesn't have a lot, but they damn well give you like your money's worth for your subscription. I think HBO is really, really good. I think Crunchyroll and HBO are interchangeable. There's a few subscriptions that I want to put in here that I know I'm going to get hate for. I could easily move HBO up to A. And again, I'm not putting much thought into this, but I do think that like you could hover between one or two of these and you could probably still have an agreement upon me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like dead set on HBO Max on B tier, but I do think it's going to be like a B plus because because HBO Max is so good, bro. I will stand by it. It's so good. It's well worth it. It's one of those services you for a while there, you could bum off a friend, bro. You could absolutely bum that one off a friend. Same with Crunchyroll, bro. Let me just go back to Crunchyroll real quick. Dude, we have like 16 people on the same Crunchyroll account. It is insane. We all be watching the same shit. So low key, it's annoying because we all like lose the place in which we were at in the show. But like, I don't know, bro. I think that that's one of the big things. And as we get into Netflix now, one of the biggest streaming services of all time, this is something I wanted to mention about being able to use your subscription at other homes. Now, when we get into the Netflix talk here, bro, oh my God, talk about the level of pettiness, bro. You want to talk about how bad Hulu is and some things, bro? Dude, they're doing the whole same thing with the ads, and it's so annoying. Like, you have to pay for a tiered subscription, and I think it's like 20 bucks for a non-ad subscription, when I don't even think any like video subscription should be worth that much. And now don't get me wrong, I've been hearing that all of these subscriptions lose all of these companies mad money, and I understand that it costs so much to, like, I heard The Office went for like over $10 million to go to a new home, bro, off of Netflix or wherever it was before. I forget where it was before, but dude, I heard it went for a bag, and everyone paying $20 for this subscription probably does not cover the bill of that, and I understand that. But at the end of the day, bro, Netflix doing that and then also making it so you have to keep logging into the home Wi-Fi of the actual owner pisses me off, bro. I want to just use the same subscription that my parents pay for. My parents have paid for Netflix since launch, bro. Like, they were probably day 2 subscribers to Netflix, behind the days of actually getting the physical DVD, bro. Like, because Netflix used to do that. If y'all didn't know, they used to send you shit in the mail. Like, they were the first subscription of all time, basically, to ever do this kind of thing. And that's low-key the only reason they got relevance, in my opinion. Now, Netflix has some fire Netflix originals. I'm not gonna lie. Stranger Things, that's huge. That is huge. I don't care what you think of the newest season. You could say minute chat. I don't care, bro. I have not watched it. I haven't watched past season 2 yet. My overall point being here, bro, they have some great originals, but I don't think that that is standalone enough worth it to ever have a Netflix subscription. Now, back in the day, bro, you could not find any other movie off of Netflix. Like, Netflix was the place to be for having movies and stuff. But nowadays, bro, it's like I'm going through these Christmas movies and I'm like, oh, where can I go watch this Christmas movie? Like, if y'all have ever done a Google search, it will never, ever, ever say Netflix. Netflix does not have a lot. They have some good stuff, but like when you compare it to HBO Max, bro, it's just not nearly as good. I think that it's obviously way better than ESPN, but Netflix has got to be no higher than a C tier for me. I just do not think that they give as much value for the price, especially. Nah, bro. I do not think that Netflix is worth buying that as a subscription. I think you could get Netflix for a month, ride out all of the content, and then unsubscribe and probably get it next year, bro. I'm being so serious. I just do not think Netflix is good, and that's just my opinion on it. But hey, anyway, we got Paramount Plus. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I do not rate Paramount Plus very highly. I honestly could not tell you what it is that is on Paramount Plus. I think SpongeBob used to be on Paramount Plus. I could not name you a single other thing that's on Paramount Plus. Their service and the interface and all that's not bad. I don't remember the price being too bad for Paramount. I don't know if you get any other exclusives anywhere else, but Paramount Plus, bro, it's got to be the other D tier, in my opinion. I'm going to be honest with you. Then we have Twitch, YouTube TV, and YouTube still left. Okay, I understand that. Y'all are going to hear some crazy opinions coming in here in a second, and that's fine. But I think Paramount Plus is kind of one of those, like, question mark subscriptions that's like, what the hell? We're going to have to do this. Let's move Apple TV here, and I think that that solves a lot of our issues. I'm going to be honest. I think that does. Peacock is one of those things that's growing on me. Peacock, I think, is taking really good leaps into getting into live sports, way better than Hulu, and I would say better than ESPN actually having, like, soccer games and stuff. But, like, they only have exclusives, and they have a lot of Premier League stuff, but it's just not there yet. I've never watched anything else besides that on there. Now, some of my family uses our Peacock subscription to actually watch shows. I know there are people who do watch shows on here. I'm not hating on Peacock for that. I just personally have not ever. I think Peacock could easily be above ESPN, but there's a huge gap between Netflix and Peacock. I know that they're right next to each other, but there is a huge difference. I'm just going to be honest with you. This is probably where I get a lot of hate in this video. If I have not already gotten a lot of hate, this is definitely where I'm going to get the hate. Okay. Prime Video, easily S tier. All right, now hear me out. I don't really necessarily care a lot about what Prime Video has, but pairing it with the delivery subscription, pairing it with, I think you get a music subscription. I think I'm looking at a lot of this as bang for your buck. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. And I don't think Prime Video has a lot of good video to offer. I'm going to be honest with you. But as a full subscription, Prime Video might be the best subscription that you can get online, okay? And that's the way that I'm looking at it. I know a lot of these, it's not fair because a lot of them only host that kind of stuff, like videos specifically. And if I were to vote it as only video specifically, I'd probably move Apple TV back up, Prime Video goes down. And if you all want me to rate it like that, that's fine. But I think Prime Video, by far, is one of the best subscriptions that comes with other stuff. And this is, I really think, like, Netflix is trying to get into the gaming realm, but those games are low-key trash. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but none of these other subscriptions besides Apple TV really give you that other bonus. But with Apple TV, you have to still pay for the movies. Like, you're still paying $10 for a movie, bro. It's just storing it there for you forever. You have, like, a digital library for all the movies you have bought, which can still get taken away from you at any day. Like, that's the problem with all of these other services. I think that Prime Video, I know y'all are saying that it's unexpected. I think that Prime Video is probably the best. You see what I'm saying? Rage bait ranking. What are you talking about? It doesn't count. It absolutely does count. Of course it does. Now, this is where I catch a lot of flack. I think Twitch, when I'm comparing it to like Netflix and all that, I would just say that also I'm ranking this on how likely I am to keep a subscription and to keep using one. All right. I use a Twitch subscription way more than I use an Apple TV and Netflix subscription. I'm going to tell you right now that being a Nitro subscriber of Twitch is phenomenal. You never have to subscribe to another Twitch streamer ever again. Now, if you want to, you can still. That's fine. I do wish they would give you like a discount on bits or subscriptions, whatever, especially as someone who streams on Twitch. That'd be nice that my viewers get an extra added bonus. But as a streamer, I still get paid for you having had Nitro because you're missing ads. They still pay me what the viewers low-key would have pay me in watching ads and stuff, which I think is really cool. Like, it's just such a slept-on subscription. I know y'all probably gonna hate on me, but y'all just don't understand because nobody has it in my chat, bro, and I understand that. That's fine. But like, dude, it's just such a goated subscription. What would cost you 2 subscriptions to have no ads in 2 people's channels? You don't have to pay at all to watch any ads anywhere. You just are basically a sub in any chat besides the like actual sub chat and actual emotes. But who in my opinion, bro, I don't sub to somebody for emotes and stuff. I sub to them for no ads and to support the streamer, bro. And you're still getting no ads and still supporting the streamer, bro. Twitch Nitro is goated. YouTube TV is absolutely goated, bro. It is a phenomenal service. It is a phenomenal service. Now, this is very different than just regular YouTube, okay? If you don't know what YouTube TV is, it's basically online cable. I do think that all these subscriptions that they sell, like NFL Game Day Pass, need to be included and make us pay like 20 extra bucks for it. I don't care. But YouTube TV, although very expensive, you can watch this anywhere. You can watch actual TV anywhere. Now, this would be higher if there was a lot more TV programming nowadays. There's just not a lot. Like, if you're going to go watch a movie, honestly, there are some on YouTube TV, which is actually hilarious. That there are some movies on YouTube TV that are actually notable. I honestly was surprised when I was going around watching Christmas movies. But I think YouTube TV is actually a very, very good subscription. I think HBO Max and Disney and all that hold their own. I know Twitch is a little bit of an outlier here, but I think YouTube TV is a solid subscription. And honestly, I agree with you. You know, if it was less pricey, it would be higher. I'm not gonna lie, it is phenomenal. And oftentimes you get a lot of the good football games that you want to watch and stuff. Like, it's just a great service in my opinion. Like, I will glaze it to the day I die. It's very, very good. If you haven't put it together yet, YouTube is the last one, and it's gonna obviously have to go in A based off our bell curve shape that we have here. YouTube, regular YouTube subscription is borderline S tier. Dog, if you do not have a YouTube subscription, but you watch a lot of YouTube, I don't know what to say. You're just an idiot. Because, dude, you get no ads. You get YouTube music as well. You get a music subscription for being able to watch YouTube videos with no ads. Is that not enough? Like, that is the only other company also to give you another service on top of another service, bro. And YouTube has an unlimited library of things to watch. Now, I think that there are movies on YouTube, and you cannot watch the movies that you would have to pay for, okay? I'm not going to act like if you've never heard of YouTube subscription, it's not like that. But you can watch, like, I watch Joe Bart, I watch the FaZe Boys, RIP, by the way, rip FaZe Boys. I get to watch a queso video that is uncut, that's like 3 hours long with no ads. Never an interruption. I can also download the videos too if I'm going on a plane trip or something. I can watch queso for 6 hours, no problem, on a plane, bro. It is so goated, and I really, really, really do think it's good. If I were to give you 2 underrated subscriptions, I think it's YouTube and Twitch, bro. And as somebody who watches more streams and YouTube videos than shows and movies, I think that that's very biased. But at the end of the day, bro, there's 2 goated subscriptions, man. And I think they're very, very, very good. Cena in chat said, is this an ad? Yeah, they're paying a, how many viewers we got right now, bro? Chat, yup, you caught me. This was an ad. I don't know how else to tell you. Y'all caught me, bro. But let me know in the comments, chat. I will go ahead and put this tier list in the comments. I think you can send me a picture of your tier list as well. I would love to see where you guys rank everything as well. Thank y'all for watching. I'll say peace for now, and I'll see you guys on the next one.